Theater. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with the beautiful Katrina Rasmussen, the artist today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. I am so looking forward to hopefully finding a little bit bigger audience and introducing you to some people that don't know you yet. This is all of your art behind us.
Yes.
And you're going to tell us a little bit about the process of how you do the art?
Yes, that's right. So I use traditional oil paints and traditional oil paint techniques, but I always do a collage in the background first. And most of my pieces tell a story. So I'll pull print materials or whatever from whatever place I'm actually painting.
I love that. Is there a particular one that you want to tell them about?
Yeah, so I love old theaters. I was a theater person myself, and it's just near and dear to my heart. So I do a lot of historic theaters from around Dallas, and right now I'm working on the Texas Theater. It's actually a piece in progress right now, so it's not finished, but you can see some of the underneath layers right now.
Cool. You want to kind of point out what you're talking about?
Yeah, so if you look over here, it's the one with kind of the vintage feel. I love whenever I'm doing something that has a history to it or whatever, I like to think of it as vintage kitsch. So I'll pull magazine articles or whatever that have to do with the theater. I actually collect old newspapers, magazines, anything from wherever I can find them. So there's a lot of messages in the background. There's things from different shows that were actually put on at the theater, and then images of the theater itself as well.
Very cool. And I know on my piece that you did about Wild Detectives, there are different articles and things underneath about the actual opening of the
about the opening of Wild Detectives, and D Magazine ran a lovely story about it. So did the Dallas Observer. So I included parts of both of those in the background.
That's so cool. And would you mind telling us a little bit about how you came to art in the first place?
So I'm actually a teacher, and I studied actually museum work. So I kind of fell into teaching, and when I started teaching art, I thought, if I'm going to be teaching kids how to do this, I need to actually be legit and have integrity. So that's when I taught myself how to paint.
I love that. I think that's important that your kids see you painting and see you making money at your art.
Yeah, it's opened up a whole realm that I just love. I can't imagine life any other way.
And they can extrapolate that, whether they get interested in ceramics or sculpting or writing, any other kind of art. To have an adult in their lives who's actually making money at their art, I think is really important. Do they come to your shows sometimes?
Yes, they do. And I also have some students. I used to teach in Oak Cliff, and some of them follow me on Instagram and come to different shows. So I've kept up with them, which is really nice.
That. Speaking of Oak Cliff, you want to tell me a little bit about the wine glass you brought today?
So this is a Go Oak Cliff wine glass. I got it at Bastille on Bishop. When I first moved to Dallas, my husband and I are both teachers, and we got our start at a little school called Bishop Dunn in Oak Cliff. It's the job that brought us from Austin to Dallas. I've worked in Oak Cliff for years, and I just love the culture there. I watched Bishop Arts District really grow, and it's just an awesome place to be. There's great energy there. I love the neighborhood.
I completely agree. That's probably why we both love Wild Detectives.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. So you paint for yourself. I know that you paint some things that just kind of come through you that you're interested in. Do you also do commissions?
I do. I do.
What does that process look like?
Typically, people contact me with an idea, and then sometimes we do over the phone, but I prefer face-to-face. We'll have a consultation. We'll talk about their vision for the project, and then I'll talk about what I offer and my ideas, and we kind of come to an understanding and agreement, and then they'll put a deposit down, and then a couple months later, their piece is done.
I love that. Is there any kind of work that you don't like to do? Have you ever had a commission that you had to say, not interested?
No, really. I've been very fortunate. I think all of my clients have been amazing. And I've actually worked with older siblings of some of my students before. And I get really excited because when I do collages and things like in the Texas Theater, if there's something that's really personal to someone, like they had their wedding there or whatever, they'll bring me wedding programs or pictures, and I can scan them and include them in the background so that they're peeking through. So these pieces are actually kind of like stories of them.
Oh, I love that you're telling stories with your art, and they're even personal to the person who commissioned them.
Yeah, it's really nice, and I really feel like I get to know
people. But it's subtle, too.
Yeah.
It's like as someone's observing and admiring that art in their home, it won't be obvious. They'll get to kind of point it out and tell the story.
I love it, when art draws you in and makes you take a second look.
I do too.
That's what I enjoy.
And that's one reason that I love that your words are behind the paint, and it does make you go a little closer. Yeah. And I want to know a little more. I love that. And if someone wanted to commission a piece by Katrina Rasmussen, how would they find you?
I'm on Facebook at Facebook.com/KM Rasmussen Fine Art, and I also have a website. It's KatrinaMRasmussenFineArt.com.
Katrina M. Rasmussen
FineArt.com. I know, my last name is kind of a beast.
But it's not, it's spelled just like it sounds,
It is, yeah. If you start typing it in, it'll come up.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me. It's nice to get to talk about my art.
I know, I'm so excited. Thanks for coming. Now you know where to find her. Thanks for being here.